Welcome to Timeout with Coach Mike Miller. Coach Miller is the basketball coach with the most wins in LACC history, coaching his teams to a national record of 14 straight conference championships, breaking UCLA's old record of 13. Coach Miller is the first basketball coach in California basketball history to win a state championship at both the high school and college levels. Coach Miller has been honored as Coach of the Year 18 times and has produced almost 100 Division I players. For the next 2 hours, get ready for stats, facts, rants, and your opportunity to chat with one of the most successful basketball coaches in the entire country and his friends. Timeout with Coach Mike Miller.
That's how we starting off tonight, huh?
Chris, I'm crying over here because we're getting on the air late. So I'm crying because we're on the air like 5 minutes later.
Right.
So it's 10:05. Welcome to Timeout with Coach Miller. We are here finally, and I'm glad to be here. How about you?
I'm always glad to be here.
Right. Okay. Well, we want to start off like we always do, Chris. We welcome our team. Our team in the sound booth tonight. Engineering our show is Scott. And Scott, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry,
What's up, Scott?
We're having some technical difficulties here.
All is forgiven because you have that Laker jersey on.
All right. Yeah.
Well, Coach Miller has a saying that he likes to say. We like to make ourselves stronger than our excuses. This is a power move.
Moves only.
This is a power moves only move. And that sounded like an excuse, Scott. Are you going to learn to make yourself stronger than your excuses?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Excellent. And to my left, I have one of my favorite former players. He used to hold down the paint for us at Rebay Academy.
Rebay Academy.
Do you remember those days, Chris?
Like it was yesterday.
Wow. You know what?
23 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it doesn't seem like yesterday to me.
You know what? When I talk to some of the, some of my former teammates, some of your former players, it seems like a long time ago. But sometimes it just, when we're telling stories, it just seems like it just happened like a year or two ago.
Oh boy, you guys are making me feel old. I tried to reach one of your teammates today. I tried to reach Jason Rowley, who is living in New York. I tried to reach Jason. He played at Brown University.
Ivy League school.
Ivy League. He got his Ivy League degree.
Right.
Jason Rowley was our backup point guard the year we won the state championship.
Talked to him a couple times on Facebook, but I haven't really kept in touch with him.
Okay. All right. Well,
there's only, I think, maybe... trying to think 3 or 4 players, people from our team that I still see on a regular basis.
Yeah, you see Kip still, I'm sure.
Yeah, me and Kip are best friends.
Still?
To this day.
Wow.
I've known Kip now for 26 years. Played with him, and so me and him have always been best friends. We, his family is like my family is his family.
Did you know him before he and I came to Rebay? I don't think you did.
Well,
did you?
no, I knew of him. I didn't know him per se. I knew him at Skidrow. I was more concerned with Randy.
Sorry, guys.
All
right.
Can we stand back in the corner? Or we stand
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh my goodness,
Scott, I'm hearing you on the air while we're on the air. Something's going.
Scott, yeah.
Scott, will you take off that Laker jersey and put on a Clipper jersey?
No, don't do that. Don't do that. I'll get up and walk out.
Okay.
But no, I knew Kip when he was a freshman and a sophomore playing for you because we played you guys a bunch of times before you actually came to Rebay. So I knew of him. We had a lot of friends that were
probably common friends because you're both from
friends.
You're both from Pasadena.
Yeah, and we grew up like maybe 2 miles away from each other. So,
but my point to you by asking the question was your best friend today to this day. You didn't know him really until I came to Rebay and he followed me to Rebay from the other school.
Yeah, him and Jacquin are pretty much 2 of my best friends that I've stayed with, friends with to this day. So, going on
Nice.
25, 26 years.
Yeah, that's great.
Shout out to Jacqueline. Their Lakeside team didn't have a great year, but his son is actually playing pretty good. So, I think might have to have them on a show next year.
I agree. Well, speaking of Rebay and speaking of sons, I can segue that into our first guest tonight, who will be a known name if you like the Harlem Globetrotters and have followed them through their illustrious history. So, Sterling Forbes, welcome.
Hey, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
It is great to have you here, and we're going to talk about your globe trotting experience here in a little while. But first, let's talk about Rebay and one of your sons. Now, didn't one of your sons go to Rebay?
Well, actually, my son Marcus was there in preschool at Rebay Academy a long time ago.
Wow.
That's a small world, huh, Chris?
It is. So, how old are you now?
I'm 18.
So 18. So you were in preschool probably 14 years ago.
Yeah.
So that was 2000. So
Yeah.
I was in Hawaii then. So
Yeah. Well, let's think about that. We've got. We were long gone from Rebay 14
Long
years
gone.
ago, right?
Long gone.
Okay.
Actually, we're older than the time we left Rebay. We're older than him.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point. Well, Marcus went to Rebay for a short time. So does that mean, Sterling, you were living down here? Was that when you were playing with the Globetrotters?
Yeah, I finished the Globetrotters. I went from 1988 all the way through 98. Came back 05, 06. But grew up in Los Angeles, went to University
Okay.
High School. So I was very familiar with all the schools in the area.
Right.
And growing up playing basketball with everyone. So Rebay Academy was a new school, and a guy named Ronald Sires introduced us to the school. He used to be an administrator there.
Right.
And I think Al Fields came in a couple of years after that. So we were pretty familiar with the school and the program.
Okay. So you were living down here then for how long? I know you went to high school down here and played junior college down here, but it seemed like now you're pretty settled up north. So how long were you down here, Sterling, like living down here after you
I was
after you
born
got out
in
of college?
1963. I was here all the way up until I went to college down in Texas, and then I came back home before I ended up going overseas and playing
Okay.
for a few seasons before joining the Globetrotters for 10 seasons.
Now, when you were with the Globetrotters for those 10 years, where were you based?
At that time, our offices are actually in Hollywood, so
Is that
we were
right?
based here in Los Angeles, California area. So that was a good thing because we had all our training camps here. Every now and then we'd go somewhere else, and maybe training camp in Florida or somewhere like that. But for the most part, we're in Los Angeles.
Okay, great. Well, let's talk about the Globetrotters since we're on the topic. I'm sure after 10 years with the Globetrotters, you probably play about 200 games a year, I would imagine, right, with the Globetrotters?
Exactly. Anywhere between 185, 230 games a season.
Okay.
That includes the U.S. tour. It's about 4 months. And we have our overseas tour.
Okay.
And in my 10 years, I went to over 61 countries. Having an opportunity to see the world like that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I bet. So with, let me see, 10 years, Chris, if we just take an average of 200 games a year, that's 2,000 games.
right.
Did you ever lose in those about 2,000 games you played?
Well, we know we lost that game when Kareem had a little all-star team over in Europe. And what really happened was we pissed him off the night before, and the ref made a mistake and told him that every time there's a close call, the Globetrotters get it every time. So the next night, I think he had one of those Boston Celtics flashbacks. He went like 17 for 18, and they ended up beating us that year. And that was
he
like in
played?
93. Yeah, he played.
Okay.
You know, he had a few former NBA players like Cedric Maxwell, a couple of players from Loyola Marymount. I think Bo Kimball played, and
Okay.
a few other former NBA greats.
Okay.
Nice. Well, so you lost one time out of the 2,000 games.
In my career, yes, one time.
One time. And notice Chris, he remembers that.
Yep.
It's kind of like me as a coach.
Yeah.
I know this year, I'm coaching the prep school.
Right.
And I don't know our record, but I know how many games we lost.
There you go.
And I know all the teams we lost to. We lost 9 times, but now we might have won 40, we might have won 45, we might have won 38. I don't know how many we won, but I know that we lost 9 times.
Yeah, I my high school career, I lost 13 games my whole high school career, and I remember all 13.
I remember one. We lost in the city playoffs in Manual Arts when they had Dwayne Polee. So that's always going to stick in my head because he had a phenomenal game there too. So,
and that's funny because I was just talking to a friend of mine who I used to coach with over at John Muir High School in Pasadena, and he's really good friends with Dwayne Poley, and that's how I met him. We were talking about him tonight because I've seen him a couple times this season.
Wow.
Great player. He was one of the best high school players I ever seen and played against. And, you know, coming from Los Angeles where you have players that have done so many remarkable things over the years, going all the way back to days of like a Marcus Johnson when he was at Crenshaw High School. Dwayne was a pretty special player.
He was a great player. And now Dwayne is coaching at the University of San Francisco.
Right.
Yep. He is up there. So
and his son is playing down at San Diego State.
His son had a great year this year at San Diego State. I got to see him play quite a bit. Now, let me ask you this, Sterling. You're coaching now, and so, well, you know what? I don't want to get into coaching yet. I got too many questions about the Globetrotters, Chris.
Man, because I got a couple after you.
Okay. So now, you remember the one loss you have. Do you remember a special moment that stands out? I know that the loss is not a special moment.
Oh, no, not at all. That's definitely not a special moment. I mean, honestly, there's so many. I mean, one thing about the Harlem Globetrotters, and you have an opportunity to play around the world, you know, laughter is universal. And anywhere we've gone around the world, whether we spoke in their language or they spoke ours, when we do some of the things we do with the basketball, some of the things in the show, you see the laughter and you see the kids smile and you see the fans get excited.
Greg, can you go down?
That's one of the things that you remember all the time. And there's always fun time playing at home. There's always great times around the world. But I tell you what, just to see the smiles on the kids' faces really makes your day.
Yeah, I bet. But any moment, one particular moment that stands out? I mean, any particular game that stands out or a particular moment in a game, a particular trick, a particular, thing that happened in a game?
Well, it's always great when you have all your trick shots fall for you in the same night where you shoot 2 or 3 different ones and you make them all and the fans go crazy. That's something you always remember. And people think, hey, they do that every night. And it doesn't happen that way all the time. But for the most part, when those guys make the half-court hook shot or the half-court shot or the three-quarter shot, it's pretty awesome to see the excitement from the fans. For me, some of my most memorable moments are just being around the world. I remember being in Israel at 3 a.m. They come to our hotel room giving us gas masks because Saddam was sending off Scud missiles, and then we happened to leave there earlier and fly to Germany. I remember being in Berlin shortly after the Great Wall had come down and have an opportunity to get a piece of it and bring it home. Things like that are history type of things. I remember meeting, the President of the United States. So I met Bill Clinton because I was a Harlem Globetrotter. Things like that always stick out in your mind, and you always remember that.
So those special memories come kind of off the court, but they're a result of the fact that you were with the Globetrotters, part of the organization, part of the team.
Exactly. You have that opportunity to meet, like I said, kings, queens, presidents, movie stars, actors, other professional athletes. And you're surprised when we play a lot of NBA arenas, you'll see those NBA guys coming to watch the Globetrotters. They admire the Globetrotters as well.
Sure. Now, do you still stay connected to the Globetrotters in any way? Do you stay in touch, or do you, still, talk to any of the people that are in the organization?
Yes, quite often. One of my good buddies is Sweet Lou Dunbar, who's still with the organization. He's been around since the 70s. He was in that old cartoon series with Scooby-Doo.
Right.
He was on Gilligan's Island, Bob Hope, the Popcorn Machine when they had their own television series. He was one of the Super Globetrotter hero cartoon characters. Mm-hmm. And I played 6 years with him. He's now one of our coaches. So whenever they come to Northern California, we're always, I take my kids, we all go to the game, and we have an opportunity to see those guys and talk with them afterwards. I usually take a group of kids as well, and let them experience that too.
That's really nice. Well, Chris, before I let you drill down on some more Globetrotter stories, we better take a short commercial break and pay a few bills since we're already behind schedule tonight. Hey, Scott, can you take us to commercial? And we'll be right back after these words. This is Coach Miller, proud to tell you about one of our great sponsors, Medicus Graphics Center, located in Silver Lake, California. Medicus Graphics Center is a sponsor of our show. They do all of our business cards and stationery and logos. They're a great outfit. They do great graphics. They do printing. That's right, Medicus Graphics Center in Silver Lake. Give them a call, area code 323-660-0100. That's 323-660-0100. Check out Medicus Graphics Center, a proud sponsor of Time Out with Coach Miller. Tell them I sent you. You'll get a 10% discount on your next order.
16 made a dream with this basketball. Coach Miller on the court, and we going hard. Pass the rock to the paint. I give it my all to be like Chris Paul. Shoot the 3-point, y'all. Look, it's time out with Coach Miller. 14 straight conference championships. We winners. It don't stop from the bottom to the ceiling. Cause all I know is win and we winning. Full focus, we got a topic to discuss. High school, prep school, small colleges, yeah. Another special guest today, listen up. It might get a little hectic from the stuff we discuss.
This is Coach Miller, excited to tell you about the Student Athlete Lab. This is an NCAA-approved recruiting service. I'll tell you what, if you're a coach at a university or a junior college, you will want to join and get membership in the Student Athlete Lab. It's only $250 a year. Hey, but if you're a student athlete, it's free. Go to studentathlete.lab.org and you'll create a profile. You'll be part of this wonderful app called the Player Locator. This player locator allows any university coach to track you and know where you're playing and when you're playing next. This is revolutionary technology in use in basketball recruiting. You couldn't ask for anything more. Follow the Student Athlete Lab on Twitter at the SA Lab. You will not be disappointed. Join the Student Athlete Lab right away and don't miss out on being recruited.
Look, it's time out with Coach Miller. 14 straight conference championships. We winners. It don't stop from the bottom to the ceiling. Cause all I know is win and we winning. Full focus, we got a topic to discuss. High school, prep school, small colleges, yeah. Another special guest today, listen up. It might get a little hectic from the stuff we discuss.
Okay, we're back. We're live. We are on the air. Welcome back to Time Out with Coach Miller. Hey, Chris, we've got another player coming in the studio.
He's taller than everybody in this room.
Okay. That sounds good. So let's mic him up. And Marcus is going to give him a little assist. Marcus, you're a point guard?
Yeah, I'm a point guard.
Yeah, see?
Because you see how easily he did that, right?
Yeah, that was just, he was giving an assist right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys
on the... so natural at it.
Do we know, are you guys on the same team or on opposite teams?
I don't think we've been assigned our teams yet.
Rosters haven't come out yet.
Okay, well, we need to talk to the organizer and the sponsors and find out because, see, you already are giving him an assist and you don't even know each other yet, do you?
I think we've played against each other in Occidental camp before.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. I like Occidental College.
Yeah, me too.
There was a time when almost their whole coaching staff were former assistants of mine.
Wow.
But those guys have all moved on now. But the head coach is still there, who's an old friend, Brian Newhall. And what a great college that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what a great college. So you know that Barack Obama went there?
Yeah, I've seen pictures of him there.
For 2 years. Yeah, did you know that, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, he went there for 2 years, and then he transferred. And so...
in fact, my cousin went to the same high school that he went to in Hawaii.
Is that right?
My cousin went to the same school. I mean, obviously years later, but yeah, my cousin used to go to the same high school.
Well, it's not obviously years later. We don't know how old your cousin is.
Well, that's true.
And you're almost as old as Barack Obama anyway.
That is.
So
that is
okay. So it's not obvious. Okay, it's not obvious.
So you trying to say I'm getting old?
Yeah. I am trying to say that, and you know what? All I can say to that is we're both getting old because I coached you.
Yeah.
And so I'm always going to be older than you.
Yeah, by a couple of years only too.
Oh boy. Okay, well, we're back. We are going over a little Harlem Globetrotter business here, but we're neglecting the real reason why we have Sterling with us on the show today is because of his son.
Right.
Okay, so the real reason that Sterling Forbes is down here, and he's from here. He went to University High School, and he might be the best player in University High School history, but I think I had maybe one of the top 5 that played for me. I'm going to give Hassan Trotter a little shout out. He's now an LAPD officer. And Hassan was pretty good now. Hassan started for me for 2 years, Sterling, at LA City College, played the high post for us. And he actually, him and two of his teammates have the record for the most wins in LA City College history.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
So that's a uni guy.
Yeah. Well, I've had some battles with LACC. You guys have a great program.
Well,
Always have.
we used to. There's no program anymore. They shut down the program about 5 years ago, unfortunately. But I'm trying to think. I'm going to give you the record that Hassan put together for the 2 years that he played for me. He was 66-7.
Wow. Well, that's getting it done.
That's not a bad. It's not Harlem Globetrotter standards, where you were 1,999-1. But thanks to Kareem, but 66-7 sure isn't bad for college basketball.
Not at all. That's excellent, actually.
Yeah. So Hassan Trotter from Uni, and now we've got Sterling Forbes here, formerly of Uni.
Of University High School.
That's right. And Santa Monica College. And it was Southwest Texas State.
Yes, sir.
Now, were they D1 back then?
Yes, they were.
Okay.
Yeah, they were D1 back then, and I was there in 84 through 86.
Okay.
And Southland Conference at the time. Now it's the Sun Belt.
Okay.
But it was the Southland Conference back then.
Yeah, and I've had a lot of players play in the Southland even to this day, and it's a good conference, very competitive. How did you do when you were there those 3 years?
I did very well. The best player in that conference at the time was Joe Dumars. So,
right.
He was the man back then. And
McNeese State, right?
Yeah, McNeese State. So they had a good program back then, but by far he was the best player in the conference.
Okay, all right. And you were the best player on your team?
I was one of the top two. I wasn't a leading scorer. I was probably I finished my career over there at around 12 a game, 12 and 5. So I played 1 and 2. So I was a big guard back then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be a big guard even now.
Yeah, probably so.
And speaking of guards, you got that one sitting right to your right.
Got a great point guard sitting right to my right.
Now, Marcus is your oldest, right?
Yes.
Okay, so he's a senior, and I found out he's about to graduate this month.
27 days.
Does that make you feel old, Sterling, when I say you have a son about to graduate from high school? Does that make you feel old at all?
Yes, it does. But, hey, I'm ready. It's been a long time coming. This guy's been great. These 19 years, he's been a special kid, and he's been a great player, great student. He's a student athlete. That's why he's here playing an all-academic game to have opportunity to further his career in the game of basketball as well as his education.
Yeah, it's a great game, the all-academic game. It's going to be Sunday at 2:30 at Cathedral High School. Cathedral High School is in downtown L.A.
Right outside the Dodger Stadium.
That's right. And you're a Dodger fan, right, Chris?
Die hard.
Okay. So Dodger Stadium is right across the freeway from Cathedral High School.
Right.
For our people that don't know, Cathedral High School is located at 1253 Bishops Road.
And why do you know that?
Well, because I used to coach there. I was the youngest. I was the youngest head high school coach in the state of California.
So that's when I hated you.
Yeah, I was.
You were at Skidrow.
I think I was 21 when they hired me.
Yeah,
and I think that you were at Rebay, and I think we played against you.
Yeah, we played. We never played against you guys in the regular season, but you guys were our summer league nemesis.
Yeah.
So we used to always come to play in your summer league, in you guys' summer league, and then we played you guys a couple of times in LaSalle summer league.
That's right.
And we would always. It would always be a close game, and we'd lose by like 1 point at the end of the game.
Every game, Sterling.
We never beat them.
and that's why they I think eventually, to be honest, Chris, that's why they hired me. That's why
I think so.
That's why Jacques Rebay, who was still alive, hired me, because he couldn't stand the fact that his team, with Chris was on, had much better talent than us, and they were really better than us, but they would lose every time by 1 or 2 points, like 4 or 5 times. Every time, right at the end of the game.
It'd be like a mistake or
turnover.
Okay. You know what, like 2 or 3 of the games were, we failed for the same stupid play, which, I learned when I started playing for him, but home run. We lost like 3 times on home run.
Yeah.
they're taking the ball out under their basket. They're going the other way. Have two players coming down. One screens for the other at the free throw line, and that guy's home run. And they beat us on a last second layup. And we look at each other like, we've seen this play before. Then they'd run it a different way or to a different side, a different screener. I mean, oh my God, we lost literally like 2 or 3 games like that. And to this day, I can still remember that.
You remember that play? I don't even remember that play.
I do.
I don't even remember.
I do, because you remember the loss. You don't remember the wins.
I remember the wins, but I remember the losses.
Right. So, well, we didn't have many. When you played for me at Rebay, we were
56-5.
58-5.
58-5.
We lost 5 times. Now he can tell you about all 5 of the losses. Trust me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let him, because we want to talk about the all academic game, which really nobody loses in that game, because there's 2 teams. There's really good players with really good GPAs, but the reality is, they're all winners, or they wouldn't even be in the game.
Exactly. I think it's a great opportunity for these kids to showcase their talents as basketball players as well. They're great in the classroom. They're all probably over 3.5 and above, great SATs, great ACTs. So for them to go out there and play a little basketball amongst each other and their peers and have opportunity for people to see them do what they do on the court as well is awesome opportunity.
Yeah, it is. It is. Now, let's let me get to this now, specifically, Marcus. So your dad, who I could also call Coach Sterling, right? Because he actually, your dad is the JV coach at your high school and the varsity assistant, right?
Yeah, he's our assistant. He coached my brother on the JV team.
Yeah, right. And that would be your brother Max?
Max, freshman.
Okay. I'm starting to get the family down. I'm getting it together. Max isn't here today.
Now, this is the 3rd generation, right? Because your father played, right?
That is correct. I didn't bring that up, but yes, he did. My dad actually played at Jordan High School in South Central. Also played at Pepperdine University, honorable mention All-American.
And then who did he play for in the pros?
Drafted by the Lakers, but played for the Globetrotters. There you go.
Nice. By the way,
you know your history.
By the way, Sterling, just so you know, L.A. Jordan is not in South Central; it's in Watts.
Well, that's South Central.
Well,
isn't it?
no,
Is
it's
that
not.
Compton?
No, it's not. Compton
It is in
either.
Watts. 103rd is Watts.
It's Watts, because I've had. Now, I'll tell you what, I can't. I don't want to get caught on this, because I got caught in it earlier tonight when I said I had one of the best players maybe in university history, but I've had most of the best players from Jordan High School. Right. Okay. Now, I'm going to put your dad at their very top. We'll put him at number 1. But every one of the players I've had from L.A. Jordan in the media guide, when they fill out their paperwork for the media guide, they don't put Los Angeles. They put Watts.
There you go.
So one day I'm talking to Tyrone Riley, who's like one of my kids, and I said, Tyrone, Watts is not a city. He looked at me, Coach, and he said, yeah, it is. It's Watts.
No, it's not.
But I mean, you can't tell him that.
Right.
No, Coach, it's not a. It is a city. What are you talking about? We have the Watts Towers.
That's right.
So we have our own landmark. It's like City Hall. So anyway, I had him for 3 years at LACC. This is a great story, Chris. So I told him he redshirted his first year. His second year, he started for us. We lost in the state championship game to Saddleback College on a tip-in with 0.2 of a second left. You've heard about that game. And that was up at the University of Pacific. The next year, we won the state championship. We were 38-0. And we played at Jenny Craig Pavilion is where we won that, down at University of San Diego. So Tyrone was a pretty good player. He was an all-state player in junior college for me. And we had a lot of schools, Cincinnati, Washington, SC. We had a lot of schools. University of San Diego, University of San Francisco. And I used to take to tell him about the middle of that sophomore year, because he was pretty good and a lot of people were looking at him. I used to say, Tyrone, there is no University of Watts. And he used to look at me and I'd say, well, Tyrone, you're going to have to leave Watts at some point. There is no University of Watts. You're going to keep playing, right? Well, Coach, man, you got to give me the closest school to Watts. I said, well, I don't know about that, Tyrone. We'll just have to see. But it was a great kind of back and forth, because the 3 years he was with me, Sterling, he would take the bus and the train from Watts every day up to LA City College up in East Hollywood. He would never move. Like most of our players lived at the school, right next to the school across the street. He would never do that. He would not leave Watts. But finally it was time. Chris, he ended up going to the University of San Francisco.
Culture shock.
Yeah, culture shock is right. And by the way, proud of him. Tyrone may be listening tonight because I was talking to him today. He got his degree.
Awesome.
Got his degree
That's
from,
what it's all about.
from
That's what it's all
USF.
about.
And this was a guy who couldn't pass the SAT coming out of Jordan in Watts. Now, speaking of SATs, Marcus has a pretty high one. Who wants to tell me, Sterling? You're real proud of his SAT score. You know what it is.
I know it is. It's 1770. His mom's more proud than I am because that's something pretty high for coming from our family, that this guy studied and made a big dent in the classroom is something that was very important to us, his grandma, and everybody in the family. And he's taken that very seriously.
1770 is like off the charts good, right?
Pretty good.
It's like, is perfect like 1800?
I think it's 1800, but maybe a 2200 now. I think it's gone up, but it's going back down. The scale's going back down to 1800, but
Definitely above average.
yeah.
Oh, no, we know it's above average. But, I mean, like, I'm trying to say you're, like, pretty close to, well, they tell you, Marcus, on the little test, like, what percent, are you in, like, the top 95%?
It's like 88 percentile or something like that.
Yeah, it's amazing,
Nice.
though. I mean, that's, like, Stanford level good, right?
It's pretty good.
Like, medical school level good,
UC.
right? I mean, that's amazing.
UC school good.
Yeah, that's something to be proud of.
A
Now,
couple of private schools on the West Coast good.
Yeah.
There you go.
So let me ask you this. Your mother, who I met before the show, her name is Sasha Forbes. So she's more proud of your SAT score than your dad, you think?
I don't know. I think they're both pretty proud. I mean, I've been putting in hard work in the classroom, so I think they're both pretty proud parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Dad is over there grinning from ear to ear, so I think he's pretty proud.
Yeah.
No, I'm very proud. I just know, as parents, when you have 4 kids and you know when you have your kids, you want the best. You want them to do better than you did. I wasn't the greatest of students. That's why, for me, I'm very proud that he's taken it so serious in the classroom.
Right.
I was very fortunate enough to have a high school coach in Tom Anderson at Uni that, although you only needed 2.2 or something to play on the basketball team at the time, he had his own grade scale of 2.5, and if you fell below that, he wasn't going to let you play. And I remember falling below that in one part of the season and being off the team for 3 or 4 games. Yeah. And that was something that always stuck with me, that, you know, how important your education truly is.
Right.
And so I've been a stickler on that with my kids as well. And they have all been 4.0s through elementary and junior high school. And so I'm very proud of his accomplishments.
Okay.
Not only on the basketball court, but off the court as well.
Okay. Now, Marcus, you mentioned that you were thinking about Occidental College.
It's an option, yeah.
Is that an option? Tell us who some of the other schools are that you're considering right now.
University of Laverne, Puget Sound, Montana State I recently got accepted to, and Northern Arizona is another one, and Texas State, where my dad went.
Okay.
Northern Arizona is a good school. My cousin goes there. And Puget Sound is a beautiful school.
It is.
It's really nice.
Yeah. You know, we had a guest earlier, Chris, in the year, Daryl McMillan,
Right.
who was going to, his field of study was astrophysics, he said. He was like a 394. I don't know his SAT score. I didn't ask him when I interviewed him. But he said he was going to go to Northern Arizona. So they have this astrophysics program that he wants to, you know, focus on. And so, I mean, it's a really good school. I know that from him. So you're really kind of, you know, looking more to the long term, it sounds like.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, where your education can take you more than the short term of just the basketball part.
Yeah, I mean, the goal is to get an education and plan for the future, 40-year plan over a 4-year plan. So basketball, as far as it'll take me, I'd love to keep playing, but the education's the main goal.
Yeah, good. See, people like your dad and people like me, we probably didn't think that way when we were your age. We were probably thinking differently. We were like, I didn't like school that much, and I only did school because of basketball. You know, I mean, if it wasn't for basketball, I wouldn't have probably kept going in school. Is that probably how you were a little bit too, Sterling?
Yeah, I've always, at an early age, I knew I wanted to play professional basketball, and that was one of the things that really kept me in that fine line of doing the right thing, because I knew I would have an opportunity. You know, I had a little basketball background with my dad playing, and it was something I fell in love with at an early age. And I just always wanted to play. So my goal was basketball. It wasn't education as much as it should have been. But, you know, that changed as I got older and understood the importance of it.
Right, yeah, exactly. Well, it's amazing that Marcus at his age already understands the importance of it, and he's thinking of the 40-year plan as opposed to the 4-year plan, and I think that's great. Marcus, tell me a little bit about what you're expecting on Sunday at the all-academic game.
Well, I mean, I love coming down to L.A. to play. I'm from Northern California. It's a different style of basketball up there, which is why I came down to play with Coach Craig for AU. So it's always a fun time when I play with the L.A. kids, and it's just a different experience. And everyone here has the same motive, same mindset. We're all just want to come out and have a good time and show off our abilities.
Okay, so you're kind of excited about it. You're happy to be back in L.A.
Yeah.
And have you ever been to Cathedral High School before?
I don't think I have I?
No, I don't think.
Yeah, I've never been to Cathedral.
They have a new gym.
It's a great venue, right, Chris?
Yeah. Well, they have a new gym now, so they don't have that old hot box anymore.
Yeah, it's a great venue, and I think that you're going to really enjoy it there. Let's take a short commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to get to another player, Chris, that joined us late. And Scott, let's run a couple commercials and see what we can do. Hey, it's Coach Miller. You're listening to my show, Time Out with Coach Miller. I want to talk to you today about my favorite car dealership located in beautiful Hollywood, California. It's called Gem Motors. Gem Motors is located at 5639 West Sunset Boulevard. If you want a high-end automobile that's at a great price, whether it's a BMW, a Mercedes, a Jaguar, or a Porsche, go to my friends at Gem Motors. They have a beautiful indoor dealership located at 5639 West Sunset Boulevard, right across from Home Depot. Go see my friends at Gem Motors. Tell them Coach Miller sent you and get a special discount. The phone number is area code 323-962-9696. 323-962-9696.
Welcome to the 500 Club. We the best, my whole team tough. Close to 100 Division Ones I built up. Dedication and hard work. Step up to the court, I'm like, who ready to lose first? 14 times champs every year earned. Feet to the court, let me get in my zone. Hands grip to the ball, let me get in control. Non-stop, can't quit, that's a winner's quote. I'ma just keep doing me, hear the crowd as they cheer. 18 out of 19, coach of the year. Time out with Coach Miller, listen clear. 2 times a week, listen to me on the ear. Over 30 wins, it was for 4 straight years. First to win state my high school and college career. Over 30 wins, it was for 4 straight years. First to win state my high school and college career.
Hey, this is Coach Miller. I'm really excited to tell you about a great outfit located in Los Feliz called Holistic Acupuncture. Holistic Acupuncture specializes in the treatment of all sorts of sports injuries. Go in and see my friends at Holistic Acupuncture. Give them a call. Make an appointment. 323-913-0023. Holistic Acupuncture. Give them a call. Tell them I sent you, and they will work something out. They'll get you in and give you a sample treatment and show you how wonderful a job they can really do in treating sports injuries. Thanks for listening.
State champs, high school and JC. He was the first coach to do it in California history. Coach Miller, he can beat any team. Got shooters on the court and dunkers dunk everything. He got to win, so the plan is defeat. Been coaching on the court before he turned 18. From 08, going down to 93, he was the conference champs, home of the LACC. Youngest coach to beat 500 teams, 43. Everybody can't do it like he. A coach is something he was destined to be. Now we got a radio show to discuss some things, talking informative conversations. Listen to the real Tuesday and Friday at night from 10 to 12. A live show, tune in and listen well. Special guests and take audience calls as well.
Hey, we're back. Welcome back to Timeout with Coach Miller. Chris, we got a lot of people out there in that green room. I can hear a lot of noise, and
Yeah, it's like a whole another party going on out
Yeah.
there we're hosting, but we're not invited to.
exactly. I don't know what's going on out there. I mean, I hear a lot of noise. I hear a lot of stuff going on, but we can't see through the wall. So anyway, we are back, and we're going to talk a little bit now with Blair Orr from El Camino Real. And that doesn't mean we're done talking to you, Marcus, by the way. So stay engaged. Okay. One of my Coach Miller's favorite sayings is be engaged and responsive. Okay. So stay engaged. Okay. So, when I watched El Camino Real play this year, Blair, I was engaged. I saw you guys play twice, and you guys played great. You won both games. You beat Fairfax one night, and then the next time I saw you play, I think it was the next week.
That's like the double of city basketball. That's like the hitting the lottery, beating both of those teams back to back.
Yeah, they beat Westchester then in the city finals, the 4A, right? And so, how long have you been at El Camino Real?
This was my second year.
Okay.
I transferred after my sophomore year.
Okay. And so, your junior year, you guys played in the 3A championship?
We're in Division One for City.
Oh, you were in Division One your junior year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And who did you?
We ended up getting to the finals and playing Westchester
And lost.
Lose at the end. Yeah.
Okay, so then this year, your senior year, you beat them.
Right.
That was the first time. But then, I believe I read that your team maybe won a lower level city title. Maybe that was before you came there.
Yeah. The year before I got there, they had won Division 2. I'm sorry.
That's right. That's
for
right.
City.
Okay, so then this year was the first time winning the Division 1, right?
Yes.
Okay, and the only other team, Chris, that I know of from the Valley that's won the city title at the top level
Taft.
would have been Taft.
Yeah, when Jordan Farmer was there.
So you guys are in pretty elite company. You guys were like, it was fun to watch you celebrate after that game.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you guys were dogpiling on the court and having a good time.
Because they're a baseball power out there in the Valley, and the last couple of years, you guys have really came on strong in basketball.
Yeah.
So Blair, tell us a little bit about your involvement and your selection to the all academic game, because that's what we're really here to talk about right now. And I know that you were selected because of your excellent academics, but tell us what you know about it.
I'm excited for Sunday. It's just a good opportunity, have some fun, but at the same time, it's a great opportunity for the high, the guys who get it done in the classroom first.
Right.
To get out there and get some exposure.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. You guys will be playing Sunday at Cathedral High School. You'll be playing Sunday at Cathedral High School, and the game is at 2:30.
Yes.
And as I understand it, you don't know what team you're on yet.
No.
Okay. So when are we going to find that out?
Find out Sunday morning, I think, when we have our team practices.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That'll be nice. So we'll have to see how that turns out. I hope you guys are on the same team.
Yeah.
That'd be cool, yeah.
Can we talk to, the vice president of operations, or can we talk to Coach Stover and see if we can put you on the same team?
I think we work something out, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe bribe somebody.
Bribe somebody. I like that. Hey, I like the way Blair thinks.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's a good.
That'd be I'm looking at both of them right now. That'd be a pretty formidable squad. Just those two.
Yeah. Blair's a big boy, about 6'7", 6'8".
Yes.
Yeah. He walked in here. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you're both thinking about Occidental College, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you been accepted as well, Marcus?
Yeah.
Okay, and Blair, you were accepted, right?
Yes.
To Occidental. So
We might be seeing a preview Sunday of things to come over at Oxy.
well, that's right in your neck of the woods too.
Yeah, not too far from my house.
It's not too far.
15 minutes. So
Well, let me ask you this: what are you thinking? Tell me a little bit about Occidental College in your mind, Marcus, and what you're thinking. Maybe pros and cons are for you there.
Well, academically, can't find a much better school. And I want to major in political science, specifically diplomacy and world affairs. And I know their program for that's really great. So I like their coaching staff. I like all the schools I've talked to so far. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, good. And Blair, what are your thoughts on Occidental?
I mean, I couldn't agree more. Just from the area, for academically, you can't find a better school.
Right.
Basketball wise, I played for the coach a few camps. Visited the school.
Coach Newhall?
Yes.
Nice.
I like the way they runs things.
Yeah. Okay. Have you seen him play a game?
Yes.
Like a real game this year?
Last year.
Last year. Okay. And have you?
Yeah, I went to see him play UC Santa Cruz this year.
Okay. Oh, up near you?
No, I went at Occidental. I was on a visit.
Oh, okay. Nice. And do you like their style of play?
Yeah, they're really up, fast tempo, a lot of pressure, get up a lot of shots, and they just play defense and it's grinded out. I like it.
Yeah, good. I like that. So sounds a little bit like the Globetrotters there.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Get up some shots and fast tempo and any trick shots, Marcus?
No.
Didn't see any trick shots?
Can you beat your dad yet?
I think I'm a little faster than him now, so.
Yeah, now
I'm a lot bigger still.
yeah.
He's too quick
lot of
for me.
pump
I can't
fakes.
stay
No
with
matter
him.
how fast he is, he's still got to get into that paint, right?
There you go.
A lot of pump fakes.
Okay. All right. So, Chris, did you? I know you saw a bunch of high school games this year. Did you see El Camino Real play?
I saw them on TV. I didn't get a chance to see them in person. The game that you went to against Westchester, I wasn't able to go, but I did DVR. Thank God for DVRs, and I did watch that game later on.
Yeah.
And I remember watching Blair play, and I mean, like I said, their whole squad. It was like, at the beginning of the game, you thought, oh well, Westchester's going to run away with this, and they, you guys hung around, and then when you guys took the lead in the second half, it was like, wow, they have a shot,
Yeah.
And so, it was a good game. And like I said, they're being known in the Valley now as, a basketball power.
Right. Were you, Blair, I don't want to bring back a bad memory, but I was like really surprised when you went to the state tournament, and I was expecting you guys to go like really, really far. Were you surprised that you guys lost the first game and at home?
I mean, you never want to lose. You're never expecting to.
Right.
It was a big setback for us. But I think going into where everyone's playing now, as far as like traveling and going to all the different colleges, going open gyms, we're just. I really don't know how to answer that. It's just,
Were you? I mean, like you said, you never expect to lose. Nobody does. But were you? I mean, were you guys expecting, like I was, that you were going to be making a deep run in the state tournament? I mean, you'd won the city, and you beat. Westchester almost won the whole state. So I mean, I'm when that was happening, I was thinking to myself, well, El Camino Real beat them. I saw the game. You were better than them that night. I mean, there was no question you were the better team. It wasn't like we were talking about earlier, Chris, where some fluke happens at the end of a game.
Right.
I mean, you were the better team. You outplayed them, and they almost won the whole thing. And so, like, I'm thinking, like, well, El Camino Real should be here. I'd like to see them still playing.
Right. I mean, I never like to make excuses about anything. But earlier that day, one of our main players who transferred in when at the same time I transferred in, had actually lost his mother that morning.
Oh.
And we're all really, a really tight family. And so just the feeling, the atmosphere in the locker room was just nothing compared to Westchester.
Oh, wow.
And so, we kind of went into it. Second half, we're like, we have to fight back. We're in this hole, we've dug ourselves in this hole. We have to get out. And we, never came back with that fight back at them. So.
Yeah, wow. Okay, I didn't know that. That's pretty deep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, That would sure distract a lot of people, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you shared that with our listeners because, I mean, we never like to make excuses, but, I mean, if there's ever a reason to not be mentally focused, that'd probably be it. So, okay, well, let's get back to the game Sunday now. Marcus, what are you expecting on Sunday other than just to have a good time?
Expecting a really good game, a lot of competition. Everyone in the games wants to compete. So if you're coming out to that game, just expect a good show.
Okay, and that's 2:30 Sunday at Cathedral High School. If you have a question or two, our phone number is 1-800-893-9562. Our number again is 1-800-893-9562. If you have a question for Blair or for Marcus, our two players, and if you do, go ahead and call in, and we'll put you in the queue. Meanwhile, Scott, let's take a really quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk to one of the main sponsors here of the game, and I'm excited to bring our famous chiropractor from Encino on the show and get him in here after this commercial break. Hey, this is Coach Miller, and I'm really proud and excited to tell you about our brand new Facebook page. That's right. If you are a member of Facebook, or even if you're not, go on to Facebook and type in Timeout with Coach Miller. We have a brand new Facebook page, and you need to check it out and become our friend. Like us on Facebook. Timeout with Coach Miller.
16 made a dream with this basketball. Coach Miller on the court, and we going hard. Pass the rock to the paint. I give it my all, or be like Chris Paul, shoot the 3-point, y'all. Look, it's time out with Coach Miller. 14 straight conference championships, we winners. It don't stop from the bottom to the ceiling, cause all I know is win, and we winning. Full focus, we got a topic to discuss. High school, prep school, small colleges, yeah. Another special guest today, listen up. It might get a little hectic from the stuff we discuss.
This is Coach Miller, excited to tell you about the Student Athlete Lab. This is an NCAA-approved recruiting service. I'll tell you what, if you're a coach at a university or a junior college, you will want to join and get membership in the Student Athlete Lab. It's only $250 a year. Hey, but if you're a student athlete, it's free. Go to studentathlete.lab.org and you'll create a profile. You'll be part of this wonderful app called the Player Locator. This player locator allows any university coach to track you and know where you're playing and when you're playing next. This is revolutionary technology in use in basketball recruiting. You couldn't ask for anything more. Follow the Student Athlete Lab on Twitter at the SA Lab. You will not be disappointed. Join the Student Athlete Lab right away and don't miss out on being recruited.
Look, it's time out with Coach Miller. 14 straight conference championships, we winners. It don't stop from the bottom to the ceiling, cause all I know is win, and we winning. Full focus, we got a topic to discuss. High school, prep school, small colleges, yeah. Another special guest today, listen up. It might get a little hectic from the stuff we discuss.
This is Coach Miller, proud to tell you about one of our great sponsors, Medicus Graphics Center, located in Silver Lake, California. Medicus Graphics Center is a sponsor of our show. They do all of our business cards and stationery and logos. They're a great outfit. They do great graphics. They do printing. That's right, Medicus Graphics Center in Silver Lake. Give them a call, area code 323-660-0100. That's 323-660-0100. Check out Medicus Graphics Center, a proud sponsor of Timeout with Coach Miller. Tell them I sent you. You'll get a 10% discount on your next order.
Welcome to the 500 Club. We the best, my whole team tough. Close to 100 Division Ones I built up. dedication and hard work. Step up to the court, I'm like, who ready to lose first? 14 times champs every year earned. Feet to the court, let me get in my zone. Hands grip to the ball, let me get in control. Non-stop, can't quit, that's the winner's quote. I'ma just keep doing me, hear the crowd as they cheer. 18 out of 19, coach of the year. Time out with Coach Miller, listen clear. 2 times a week, listen to me on the ear. Over 30 wins, it was for 4 straight years. First to win state my high school and college career. Over 30 wins, it was for 4 straight years. First to win state my high school and college career.
We are back, and Chris, it's exciting to be here. Wait, we've got. Was that a barking dog?
Did you bring one of your dogs with you?
No, I didn't. Not tonight. Not tonight.
You sure?
But no, I'm positive. I left them all at home. But we are back, and we're excited. We are at Skidrow Studios, and our phone number, if you want to call in, is 1-800-893-9562. And, Chris, we've been focused on the all-academic game.
That will be held this Sunday at Cathedral High School at 2:30?
2:30 this Sunday. I'm going to be there. I'm excited to go and see Blair play, hopefully get a pass from Marcus and some kind of alley-oop dunk.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is going to be a sometime this weekend. You guys are going to collab, and I'm going to see you guys next year at Occidental College. I'm already planting the seed for that next year.
If they're there, we're there.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. If one of you guys are there, we're there. But if both of you guys are there, we are there a couple times. And we would definitely be there to come to watch.
I'm saying if one of them is there, then one of us goes. If both of them are there, we both go.
You go, we go. Okay,
there you go. I like it. Now, I'm just waiting to see Marcus with that assist because he gave Blair an assist today when Blair was sitting down to get that microphone.
With the mic,
right?
And he just did it so effortlessly, like a pass through the lane.
Yeah, no one even told him.
Right.
Okay, and he just because Blair, he already had, we already peeped him out on, you want to be about 2 inches away so that it can pick you up clearly. And I don't know if I told you this, but we're live on video and audio. So we are an internet-based TV and radio show.
Oh, nice.
Simulcast.
When we go to commercial, the sound goes away because we run our commercials, but the cameras still roll. Oh. You see these cameras all over here? Here. Here. We got cameras all over the studio. We're on live right now, but if your friends want to see you, Blair or Marcus, and they're not watching right now, they can go to our YouTube channel. Skidrow Studios has its own YouTube channel, and then they just find my show. We have about, 29 shows on Skidrow Studios?
Right about 29, 30.
Yeah.
Wow, has it been that?
Yeah. There's about, no, I don't mean us. I'm saying the station.
But it's been about 20 weeks, 20-something weeks that we've been doing this.
I know. We're talking about different things, though.
They have quite a bit of channels, probably about, different shows on that channel, probably about 20, 25 shows, maybe almost 30.
Skidrow Studios has almost 30 shows, and we're one of them. So you go to the YouTube channel for Skidrow Studios, you'd find Time Out with Coach Miller, you'd find this episode, and then your friends would be able to see you here live in studio.
Nice.
We're also found one other way, and I'm just saying this really partly for Ruse's benefit, which we're going to get to in a minute, is we're on iTunes. So, I have a low-tech phone, you see.
Wow.
This is called a dumb phone. You guys probably have a smartphone. That's what people call it, right? This is a dumb phone. So I don't get iTunes on here, and I don't know how to get iTunes. But I'm pretty sure that all 3 of you guys know how to get iTunes. Marcus, tell our listeners how to get iTunes.
Well, see, I don't have an iPhone, but I'm sure I could figure it out in my app store if I really wanted to.
Okay. Well, let me ask Blair. Blair, do you have know how to get iTunes?
Yeah, and just go through the podcast app. Just search Skidrow.
Well, no, you just search Time Out with Coach Miller on iTunes.
Even better.
And we will come up.
And we will come up, and it's like a free, I think sometimes people charge on iTunes. Is that right?
Right.
Well, I know that I was told ours is free. It's like a free download. So you could be like working out in the weight room or something, and you want to hear yourself be interviewed. You just pull it down on iTunes. You want to hear Marcus, your future teammate at Occidental. You just pull it down. Okay, so there's all these kind of great ways to get us. Now, when I was talking about possibly Marcus throwing you an assist for like a lob dunk, have you ever had a lob dunk?
Oh, yeah, plenty.
Plenty?
Plenty.
Have you ever got hurt when you were doing one?
Besides for just my hands, no.
Okay, you never like stretched a muscle in your back or?
No, not yet.
Okay, not yet. You see, this is why Chris is in. This is why Blair is in the all academic game, because Blair is smart enough to realize there is a possibility,
Yes.
that at some point he could get injured or hurt playing basketball.
Right.
And if you did get injured or hurt playing basketball, you would want to know this guy right over here, this guy right next to Marcus. This is Ruse. You would want to know who Ruse is if you got injured or hurt playing basketball, because you'd want to drive out to Encino, or if you were unable to drive because your back was tweaked, you pulled a bad muscle, you did something, okay, and you didn't want to have surgery because you're a smart guy. You don't want someone just to cut you open, right?
Right.
Okay, that's like a last resort, right?
Yeah.
You're in
last
the
option.
right. You're on the all academic team here, right? The
Yeah.
all academic game. So you're like smart enough to know, like, I don't want a guy in a white coat with a knife, like putting me to sleep and just like cutting me open somewhere to do something to my back. What you would do, because you're a smart guy, is you'd drive all the way out to Encino, you see, and you'd find Ruse and Dr. Pat, and you'd get them to, I think it's called, Ruse will tell me, I think it's called manipulate, or is it an adjustment or a
Right.
manipulation?
Right. So they actually call it both adjustment or manipulation. First of all, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everybody to have me on the show. It's honestly a blessing to be here tonight. And I'm very excited about Sunday. And as well as one other point that I wanted to point out for you, instead of getting injured, it's always the best treatment is always prevention. So I think as an athlete in high school, you have to realize that you want to have a long-term career playing basketball. And part of that is prevention. And so you don't have to wait to get injured to get rehab, so you can start early, and that's what we do. So there's always all these things about pre-operation rehab and post-operation rehab. So we don't want you to go through surgery. So therefore, we advise you to come in and get checked out, see your spine, but most importantly, check your extremities. Check the length of the hamstrings. Do you stretch your hamstrings enough? Do you strengthen your ankle muscles? Ankle sprains are very, very common. Basketball.
Very common. Now,
I had a bunch of them.
Now, Ruse, I need you to stay focused on your mic, because when you're talking and you're looking at Marcus and Blair, we're losing every other word because you're turning to them.
Yes. Sir.
So stay focused on your mic so the listeners can hear you, because what you're saying is very important, and this is something that Blair should have caught, because I was setting Blair up for this little lob thing. You heard me set Blair up earlier, right, on the lob thing. I was getting back to this. So, Blair, I think what Ruse is saying is really important, because it's not just, we go out there after we've got injured. It's maybe we go out there to prevent ourselves from getting injured. Maybe we go out there to learn some better stretching techniques, or maybe get a manipulation, right?
Exactly.
Before we're injured, so that we don't actually get injured.
Exactly. So prevention is our primary goal. Now, if you're injured, then we can offer you treatment plans, and that's what we do. So we have different modalities at our office. We have cold laser, electrical muscle stim, ultrasound treatment, and MFR, some myofascial technique, release technique, active release technique. And after all of that, once we get the pain and range of motion, then we start giving you rehab exercises to enforce stability in the joint. So it could be an ankle sprain, shoulder injury. So it's a very important point as a sports physician. You're not just focusing on the spine, you're focusing on the extremities, the integrity of the ankle joint, the knee, the hips. So they're all connected. It's one whole chain of reaction. So
The body is all connected, right, Ruse? And
Very
it's
correct.
there's an energy flow that kind of that can't, if it's blocked, that also causes injury.
Exactly.
Or a likelihood of
Right.
of more injury, right? So,
Right. So our autonomic nervous system, our brain and our spinal nerves actually follow from the spine itself. So once we have a good spine balance, then we have a better nervous system integrity into the extremities. And part of that is, just like you said, adjustments, manipulations are also very, very important, as well as soft tissues, as well as maybe taping, using other physical therapy modalities that which we offer at our office.
Right. Nice. And Chris, the office is out in Encino.
Yes. Their office is at 16200 Ventura Boulevard, Suite 201 in Encino, California. 91436. Their phone number is 818-986-1203.
Okay, and our phone number here at Skidrow Studios is 1-800-893-9562 if you have a question for our guests. And if you do, you need to call in now because we're going to let them go shortly. They've got a full weekend ahead. Now, Marcus, what is the weekend like? I mean, there's some events. It's not just the game, right?
Yeah, well, I just drove down from Sacramento today, and we just got checked in our hotel, came for this interview. Tomorrow I'm hanging out with the family and Coach Craig a little bit, spending some time with them. And then Sunday morning we have a team breakfast, and then we're having our practices and splitting into teams, and then we'll get ready for that game.
Nice. Okay.
So what are some of the sites you're looking forward to seeing in L.A.?
I mean, every time I come to LA, I got to go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. That's
I
the
was
spot.
just about to say that.
Yeah. So
Take
definitely
me with you.
there. Maybe hit the mall a little bit. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles is a healthy meal or not, Chris.
Well, I think he's gonna
Definitely
play.
after the game.
He's still
okay,
he's still young enough to be able to brown. I mean, looking at his body right now, I don't think he has anything to worry about yet.
Okay, I got you. So, Blair, you're from down here in the valley, so it's not like you're going to go see any sights or anything different.
Not really. No.
Okay, but it's kind of a neat event because Sunday it's a breakfast. It's kind of going to be a bonding thing. All the guys will be there. Then there's the practices, and then you've got the game later on. It should be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so Ruse, tell me before we let you guys go, why is Advanced Chiropractic Rehab Center sponsoring this game? Because I think it's a great thing that you are, but tell our listeners the reasons behind that.
Right. Dr. Patrick and I have a passion for sports. Obviously, we're in the sports medicine, physical therapy aspect. But Dr. Pat has worked with many great pro athlete players, especially in the NBA. And for me, to be able to work for him is a blessing. And when we finished with the NFL Combine training, I mentioned it to him that we want to do more sports events because that's where our passion is.
Sure.
And they don't have to be in the NBA or NFL as long as they're trying out there. And we can feel that energy. We feel blessed to help people out if they have a current injury or to prevent an injury. Because I think there has to be a passion for sports, and you can't be in it if you're not passionate about it. And we just feel blessed to be there on Sunday because we know we're going to be working with some great players, with some great staff, with some great coaches. And it's just an honor to be there. And I'll be there to answer any questions, any concerns you guys have about any existing injuries, or we have some kinesio tape. We can tape you guys if you guys need to. Any questions, general health questions, we're going to be able to help you guys out. So I feel honored and blessed to be there on Sunday.
Yeah, it's a great thing that you guys are sponsoring this game. The sponsor, Advanced Chiropractic Rehab Center. And again, if you want to see them, if you want to make an appointment, you call 818-986-1203. You can tell, Ruse that you heard about them on our show, and I'm sure that they will make arrangements for you to get into their office. So, again, special thanks to Advanced Chiropractic and Rehab Center, and to you, Ruse, and to Dr. Pat, who is not here tonight, but will be there, I believe, Sunday, right?
Of course. And thank you for having me, and have a great night.
Oh, yeah, it was awesome to have you on. Now, before we cut to commercial break, Marcus, Blair, I just want to know one thing before we let you guys go. I want to know one thing. On a scale of 1 to 10, Marcus, 10 means you're going to Occidental College. 1 means you're not going, okay? So, you're a smart guy. You've got a higher SAT score than me and probably Dr. Roos. Okay, so let's just give me a number on a scale 1 to 10. 1, you're not going. 10, you are going.
Well, honestly, I think I need to wait to get my financial aid packages from all my schools first before I can make an informed.
Oh,
very smart answer.
Okay.
Whoever's giving the most money, I think that's where he's going.
Is that what it comes down to, Chris? Is this what this world comes down to? It just comes down to money?
Now, what if we can get Blair to commit right now to Occidental College? Can we get you to get that up to about a 7, 8, or 9?
If Blair commits and I can get some solid money, that would make it look like a pretty good chance.
Okay, I like that. Blair, same question. Scale of 1 to 10. 10 is you're definitely going. 1 is you're definitely not going. Occidental College.
I have to agree with Marcus. Finances do play a big part in it. I can't really give you a number. Right now, my biggest college biggest chance is going to be University of Winnipeg in Canada.
Okay.
So either that or Vanguard.
Okay.
In Orange County. So.
Okay. I think Vanguard probably won the national championship this year in NAIA.
Yes.
So I think they probably have a little more money to give, right, Blair?
Just a little.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, okay. Well, you know what? That's in Costa Mesa.
Mm-hmm.
And if you got injured, you'd have to get in a car and go to Encino. Okay. It's not that far.
No, not at all.
It's not far at all.
It's not that far from Costa Mesa to Encino. So, it's a little closer from Occidental and Eagle Rock to Encino, but it's not that far. And like we learned tonight, it's not just go to get treatment if you get injured. It's good to go and get some preventative stuff.
Right.
Preventative treatment, right, Roos?
That is correct.
Preventative. That's
preventative care.
That's the key to this. Okay. Hey, it's been great to have you guys on the show. Good luck Sunday in the all-academic game, and we're excited to be there. I'm going to be there, Chris, Sunday.
I think what I'm looking at seeing is probably a no-look pass by Marcus to Blair. Blair with a dunk, and they impress each other so much, they end up at Occidental.
Okay, I like that. Hey, Scott, let's go to quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with our next guest. It's Coach Miller. I'm here to tell you about the best Chinese food I've ever had. It is in the Los Feliz area of Los Angeles. That's right. It's called The Palace. The Palace Los Feliz, located at 2112 Hillhurst Avenue. Their phone number for any orders over the phone to go or to be delivered locally is 323-667-1595. If you go in to eat, make sure you go on a Friday or Saturday night when they have live entertainment. Ask for Tony, the owner. Tell him Coach Miller sent you. You'll get a free dessert with your meal. That's right. How can you go wrong? You'll have the best Chinese food you've ever had, and you'll get a free dessert if you say that Coach Miller sent you. The Palace, 2112 Hillhurst Avenue. I eat there every week. I love it, and you will too.
State champs, high school and JC. He was the first coach to do it in California history. Coach Miller, he can beat any team. Got shooters on the court and dunkers dunk everything. He got to win, so the plan is defeat. Been coaching on the court before he turned 18. From 08, going down to 93, he was the conference champs, home of the LACC. Youngest coach to beat 500 teams, 43. Everybody can't do it like he. A coach is something he was destined to be. Now we got a radio show to discuss some things, talking informative conversations. Listen to The Real, Tuesday and Friday at night from 10 to 12. A live show, tune in and listen well. Special guests and take audience calls as well.
Hey, it's Coach Miller, and I want to tell you about Maya Sportswear. Maya Sportswear is located at 1400 South. Tell them Coach Miller sent you, and you'll get a special deal. Their phone number is 213-742-0742, and they are located at 1400 South Main Street in the Garment District in downtown Los Angeles. Maya Sportswear for the best deals in silk screening, custom-made uniforms, hats, embroidery, rhinestone, sweatshirts. Go and see them. Tell them Coach Miller sent you, and you'll get a special discount.
16 made a dream with this basketball. Coach Miller on the court, and we going hard. Pass the rock to the paint. I give it my all to be like Chris Paul. Shoot the 3-point, y'all. Look, it's time out with Coach Miller. 14 straight conference championships. We winners. It don't stop from the bottom to the ceiling. Cause all I know is win and we winning. Full focus, we got a topic to discuss. High school, prep school, small colleges, yeah. Another special guest today, listen up. It might get a little hectic from the stuff we discuss.
This is Coach Miller, excited to tell you about the Student Athlete Lab. This is an NCAA-approved recruiting service. I'll tell you what, if you're a coach at a university or a junior college, you will want to join and get membership in the Student Athlete Lab. It's only $250 a year. Hey, but if you're a student athlete, it's free. Go to studentathletelab.org and you'll create a profile. You'll be part of this wonderful app called the Player Locator. This player locator allows any university coach to track you and know where you're playing and when you're playing next. This is revolutionary technology in use in basketball recruiting. You couldn't ask for anything more. Follow the Student Athlete Lab on Twitter at the SA Lab. You will not be disappointed. Join the Student Athlete Lab right away and don't miss out on being recruited.
Look, it's time out with Coach Miller. 14 straight conference championships. We winners. It don't stop from the bottom to the ceiling. Cause all I know is win and we winning. Full focus, we got a topic to discuss. High school, prep school, small colleges, yeah. Another special guest today, listen up. It might get a little hectic from the stuff we discuss.
Wow, Chris, we've had a busy show today, haven't we?
Really busy.
And boy, that green room was packed. It was as hot in there as it is in here.
Ooh, man.
Scott, are you in there in air conditioning?
Yeah, I'm barely surviving.
Yeah,
I really don't like you right now.
Yeah, we're jealous. You're in there in the air conditioning, and we're in the studio, and we were telling our guests that that we can't run the air while we're on the air because it screws up our sound system, right?
Yeah, you hear it a little blowing.
And I'm getting I'm like a wild hissing cat here, Chris.
We might have to get to the point where we're just gonna have to accept that over the air and turn our voices up or something because it is smoking in here right now.
Yeah, it really is. Well, anyway, it's smoking hot, and we've got one of the best high school basketball coaches in. I'm going to say it's the Valley. I don't know if people consider Burbank the Valley, but I'm going to consider it the Valley. I think, and I grew up in Glendale, so I didn't consider Glendale the Valley, though.
No, not Glendale, but Burbank is considered. You know what I consider the Valley? Anything that the Daily News covers, any team that the LA Daily News covers, that's the Valley.
That's the Valley?
And they cover Burbank.
Well,
so
they do cover Burbank. And so, Julian, I consider you one of the best high school coaches in the Valley. Now,
There you go.
I don't know if you consider Burbank the Valley. Do you consider Burbank the Valley, Julian?
You know what? I think I would have to consider Burbank the Valley. And I think that Daily News covers us.
Yeah.
We must be in a valley.
Yeah. That's a good answer. That's a really good answer. You know what? I've got a call coming in, Chris, and if I can, Scott, just tell the caller to wait because I just want to, I haven't even had a chance to introduce Julian yet, and I want to do that for a couple minutes. We'll take the call just in a couple minutes, okay? Just tell the caller to hold on. But Julian Andrade is the coach at Bell Jeff High School in Burbank.
That's correct. Andrade.
And Julian, you have been there how many years?
I've been there 4 years. I'm going on my 5th year next year, yeah.
Next year will be your 5th. And this year was a great year. I saw you guys play. I saw you just blow out a team by about 50 points in the CIF playoffs.
Yeah, we had a pretty good year this year. We expected some big things, and I think we're happy with the outcome. Unfortunately, we got a little short on the quarterfinal game, but things happen.
Yeah, they do. Who did you lose to in the quarterfinals, Julian?
We lost to Team Saddleback over in Orange County.
Okay. Tommy Lewis's team.
No, I'm sorry. Oh, no, it wasn't Saddleback. It was Capistrano Valley. Capistrano Valley, yes.
Capistrano Valley Christian.
Yes, there you go.
Okay. And so you guys, but you had a great run.
We had a great run. We return next year with 3 kids went all CIF this year, and they all returned. So I think we're going to have a big X on our back next year, so we're expecting some big things.
Yeah. One thing I really liked, I liked your young guards. You had one guard, a young guard who could really shoot it and handle it. I think he was maybe a sophomore.
Yes, correct. That's Isaac Etter. He'll be returning. He's a sophomore. Good shooter, explosive, and young.
Yeah, I really liked him. I thought he was really special. And, the other thing I like, Chris, is Julian did a great job coaching. One of the things he did was he spread the floor out and he allowed his guys to dribble penetrate. And it was something that I do a lot in terms of we call it 4 out, and we get 4 guys wide, and we have a guy at the high post, and it really allows for great driving angles. And I saw you guys do that, and I haven't seen anyone do that other than us in a long, long time. And so I thought, hey, that's really, really great. I like what you were doing, Julian.
Well, thank you. I think that, more and more, I think that the kids love, facing the basket, dribble drive penetration and kicking out is something that's really something that allows them to be a little bit more skilled.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you're here tonight, though, not to so much talk about your great year at Bell Jeff and what you guys did. And I know I'd like to spend some time talking about that and your players. But I know you're here tonight for another reason, because you guys have Bell Jeff High School is one of the main sponsors, along with, I think, Buddy's All-Stars?
Buddy's All-Stars, correct, yes.
And who are your other sponsors?
We have G3, which is G3 by Carl Banks. Remember Carl Banks, the football player for the Giants, linebacker?
Right. That's right.
Yeah, he's a sponsor for us. And also we have Basketball Training Institute, BTI.
Oh, okay. BTI. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
You know who, real quick, I think, if I'm not mistaken, is that Robert Eichhardt?
That's correct, yeah.
Now, you remember Robert Eichhardt, don't you, Coach?
Oh, yeah. But I'm going to let you.
He was our former manager on my high school team.
I'm going to let you tell the story.
Yeah, he was our manager on our high school team. And now he's running, he was helping out at, I want to say, with Rich Goldberg out at
yeah, he had a run with them, but he coached at Valley Torah the last couple of years. He won a CF title 2 years ago.
Okay, yeah, he was our manager. He's gone on to do some good things, coaching some players.
Sure, yeah.
Chris played for me, Julian. He played for me at Rebay, and let's see, I'm trying to remember. We won the state championship. We won 2 CIF championships. It was a long time ago, Chris. When was that?
We won CIF Southern Section our junior year and senior year, so that was 89, 90, 90, 91. And then we won the state championship my senior year, 90, 91.
That's right. And Robert Eichhardt was our manager. And he was he was a young kid then, like you. I mean,
Yeah, I grew up with him. I knew him from when we were little kids going to the boys' club, and he was more of a baseball player than anything else. But yeah,
he was. Yeah. He was a baseball player at Rebay.
Yeah,
I believe. So that's really cool. So, but we're here tonight to talk about this game, and I think it's called the High School All-Star Spectacular. Is that right?
That's correct. And I think the thing here that I really wanted to bring out, the word spectacular, because you go into mostly a lot of high school all-star games, and it's also the same thing over and over, getting the best kids and running up and down and slam dunk contests. So I'm trying to every year, this is our first year, but do something different. And this year I'm taking the concept of the NBA All-Star Game with a light show and the lights and spotlights and things like that. I think that make it a little different, and announcing the kids with all the accomplishments throughout the course of their high school career, with the smoke and all that. And so that's going to be the main spectacular attraction.
That's really cool. That's really cool. What gave you the idea, Julian, to start this event? It's a great event. I know a lot of it is to honor and recognize student athletes that are at a little bit lower level of CIF, not the always the top level, because those guys get enough recognition, right?
That's correct. I think that the main point is these kids, they work hard and they get their accomplishments done, and it's written in the newspaper. They're whatever, all league, all CIF, and then it just goes away. I kind of want to put them in front of an audience and really, really inform the audience and let them know what the kids have accomplished throughout their career. And I think that's something that's missing that I really want to bring out. And that's what the All-Star Game, I think, is going to be. It's going to be fun, exciting, and that's what my focus would be, is just to really get the kids where all the fans know what they accomplished. It's pretty interesting because some of the coaches didn't even know that their kid were second-team All-CIF.
Is that right?
Yeah. So when I researched, then I go, because I wanted to have them give me the information of what the individual accomplishments, and they gave me what they knew, and I was like, wait a minute, here's a couple other ones you didn't know about.
Yeah, that's amazing right there, what you said. I mean, some of the coaches didn't even know, huh?
No. On the southern section, the second team All-CIF is selected by Skidrow, SEICABA association.
Right.
So it's not by the southern section. So it's a different website that you have to look up, and that's where I found my information.
Interesting. So tell us a little bit about the players that are going to be in the game. I mean, obviously, well, before I even get to that, how were the players selected, Coach? How were the players selected for the game?
Well, being in Burbank and trying to select the kids around the schools that we're at, I contacted a couple of coaches and asked them to send me what the best players that they thought were in the area. And then I had a couple other coaches in the San Gabriel Valley do the same thing. And so that's basically a panel of maybe 2 or 3 coaches in one area and 2 or 3 coaches in another area.
Okay. So you kind of put it together with information that you'd get, shared information. And so then we get to the next point, and now we actually get the team selected. So what let's just start with, do we have an east versus a west, or is it a north and south?
Yeah,
what are we calling this, Julian?
It's basically the Valley versus San Gabriel Valley.
Okay, so the San Fernando Valley versus the San Gabriel Valley.
Yeah, that's basically the only reason I really couldn't count that, because there were some Orange County kids in the San Gabriel Valley that are playing. Okay. So, but if you look at the majority of the schools involved, there's a San Fernando Valley versus the San Gabriel Valley. Mm-hmm. So that's the direction we went.
Okay, I understand. Yeah. So, is there, when you look at the roster, and Chris, I'm looking at the roster here. Pretty powerful stuff here. Take a look at this. And now I'm going to ask Julian first, and then I'm going to go to you, Chris. When you look at that roster, Julian, there's some good names on there, by the way. Do you see one team being stronger than the other? I mean, you're a coach. You're a real coach. You're not you're not just a parent. You're a real coach and a real good one too. So, I mean, just tell us, the listeners, what do you think? Is one team a little bit better than the other or not?
That's a great question because I was talking to both coaches that I have coaching, Kevin McCloskey from San Gabriel Academy. They won a CIF title this year, and John Brooks at Trinity High School won a Division VI CIF title. And that question I brought to their attention, and they felt that the other team had more talent. So it was
interesting.
They both of them felt that, hey, that team has more talent, and the other team that felt that the other team had more talent. So it was I think it's pretty evenly matched. I mean, but you got a kid like Brian Alberts that's been, my God, he was hurt most of the year, but he's on one team in the San Fernando Valley that's hell of a ball player. So, but then on the other side, you got a kid like Joshua that from San Gabriel Academy, about 6'6", and a beast.
Okay.
I mean, unbelievable, specimen of be able to attack the basket and play above the rim.
Okay.
So I think they're pretty even. We'll find out Saturday night.
We'll find out Saturday night. Now, what time is the game?
7:30.
7:30. Now, there's a light show, too, you mentioned.
Yeah, we're going to introduce them with the light show,
Okay,
yes.
so that's going to start off,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to that, Chris. I'm going to be there at this game to support this event. And if you're listening, make sure you go and buy a ticket and come in and see me. And let's talk in person because this is going to be great. I'm really excited about this light show.
Yeah, I'm looking at this roster. For the San Fernando team, there was 2 kids that played on Burbick Burroughs that didn't even make this team that were seniors this year. So they look like they have a pretty strong squad. But because I live in the San Gabriel Valley in Pasadena.
I know where this is going, Julian.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with the. Plus, I see most of these players. Well, see, I wasn't going to make a prediction yet, but the reason why I said that is because I see more of the kids from the San Gabriel Valley than I have from the San Fernando Valley. So, of course, my loyalty lies with the San Gabriel Valley. So I'm gonna have to go with them.
So your prediction, San Gabriel, then?
Yeah, because I've seen the 3 kids from San Gabriel Academy. I've seen them play. They played a couple of their games in Pasadena. I've seen Dejon Williams at Mirror. I've seen him play a couple times this year. Masadama from Maranatha, whose coach was our first, Coach Tucker, who I'm really good friends with. He was our first guest on here on our show. So I've seen most of these, and Nick Springer. And I remember Nick when he played at Crescenta Valley. So I've seen most of these kids play. I've seen Evan Crawford from St. Francis. So I've seen most of them play already. Connor Williams from LaSalle. So, of course, my loyalty lies with the San Gabriel Valley. Sorry. I might have to go with them.
Okay, well, I don't think Julian's going to make a prediction. I don't think, Chris, he's going to go out on a limb like you are. And, Chris, you always pick the team that you like. I mean, you don't pick with your head. You pick with your heart.
You know what? I do. I'm loyal to my teams. Me and a friend of mine were talking about that yesterday. A lot of people, they change their teams like they change their underwear. My teams are my skin. So, all my teams I've had since I was a little kid. So,
So this is what happened, Julian, this year is he'd be predicting the Lakers were going to win all the time because he's a huge Laker fan.
Do that. I did not do that. I did not do that.
You did.
I knew they were going to be bad this year.
No, in the beginning of the year, we talked about it, and he was telling me, "Oh no, the Lakers they can still be good, and Kobe will be back."
They could have made the playoffs if they didn't have 5,000 injuries. I mean, the AC they could have made the AC this year like they did last year.
Speaking about the Lakers, one thing that we're going to add in the All-Star game is we're going to do a 24-second clock.
Is that right?
Just like the NBA.
Yeah, NBA. So we're going to try to get up and down and make it a little bit more exciting instead of a 35-second clock.
Okay, good.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we're going to change that around a little bit.
Oh, wow. That's going to be really cool. So now the light show is going to be right before the game, right?
Yes, the introduction to the players.
Okay. And who's going to do that for you?
I have a group of friends that are involved with that. And so the reason why we're able to do it is that at Bell Jeff, the gym lights could be turned on and off with one switch.
Is that right?
And so they don't have to warm back up.
You're absolutely right. So that's the reason where you could do something like that.
Okay.
I think.
Do you do that for your home games as well?
We did it for one game, the first playoff game.
Is that right?
Yeah, we did it for the first playoff. But we're going a little bit more of a extravaganza this time, a little bit more spectacular.
Okay, I can't wait. I can't wait. So, what time is the game, Coach? Is it 7:30? Okay,
7:30, yeah.
So I'm just putting this out to our listeners here. You know, and this is going to be a great event. The ticket prices are really, really reasonable for this kind of event. Adults are only $8, and the kids under 12 are $5. And they can get tickets, Julian, at the door, right?
At the door. And at halftime, we're having a 7-year-old team playing against another 7-year-old team. So we'll put the little guys out there
for
about 10 minutes. So it's going to be interesting. They'll get a kick of be able to play up and down and be around the All-Stars.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. Our phone number is 1-800-893-9562. If you have a question for Julian about the high school All-Star Spectacular, which is tomorrow night at Bell Jeff High School at 7:30. If you don't know where Bell Jeff is in Burbank. Bell Jeff is and was the best high school team in Burbank this past season. And so I'm not afraid to say that, Chris. I make lots of statements on my show.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. I mean, that may not make everyone happy at Burbank or Burroughs, but
okay.
That's okay.
We're not here to make anybody happy.
Well, Chris, you mentioned the Burroughs kids. You know, they went back to, I think, Missouri.
Oh, did they go back
before the year was
okay.
playoffs?
So
we couldn't
almost
have
hired guns for the year.
I don't want to say that, but that's the only reason why they're not playing in the All-Star game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as I was saying, Bell Jeff is and was the best team in Burbank this year.
Say that.
Okay. And this is a great event. I want to go over the roster, but before I do, we're going to take a short commercial break. I'm going to have to ask Scott to run a commercial, and when we get back, we're going to go over the roster in some detail. I don't know how much detail we'll have, but we're going to have some. And Scott, why don't you run a commercial, and we'll be right back. This is Coach Miller, proud to tell you about one of our great sponsors, Medicus Graphics Center, located in Silver Lake, California. Medicus Graphics Center is a sponsor of our show. They do all of our business cards and stationery and logos. They're a great outfit. They do great graphics. They do printing. That's right, Medicus Graphics Center in Silver Lake. Give them a call, area code 323-660-0100. That's 323-660-0100. Check out Medicus Graphics Center, a proud sponsor of Time Out with Coach Miller. Tell them I sent you. You'll get a 10% discount on your next order.
Welcome to the 500 Club. We the best, my whole team tough. Close to 100 Division Ones I built up. Dedication and hard work. Step up to the court, I'm like, who ready to lose first? 14 times champs every year earned. Feet to the court, let me get in my zone. Hands grip to the ball, let me get in control. Non-stop, can't quit, that's a winner's quote. I'ma just keep doing me, hear the crowd as they cheer. 18 out of 19, coach of the year. Time out with Coach Miller, listen clear. 2 times a week, listen to me on the ear. Over 30 wins, it was for 4 straight years. First to win state my high school and college career. Over 30 wins, it was for 4 straight years. First to win state my high school and college career.
It's Coach Miller. I'm here to tell you about the best Chinese food I've ever had. It is in the Los Feliz area of Los Angeles. That's right. It's called The Palace. The Palace Los Feliz, located at 2112 Hillhurst Avenue. Their phone number for any orders over the phone to go or to be delivered locally is 323-667-1595. If you go in to eat, make sure you go on a Friday or Saturday night when they have live entertainment. Ask for Tony, the owner. Tell him Coach Miller sent you. You'll get a free dessert with your meal. That's right. How can you go wrong You'll have the best Chinese food you've ever had, and you'll get a free dessert if you say that Coach Miller sent you. The Palace, 2112 Hillhurst Avenue. I eat there every week. I love it, and you will too.
State champs, high school and JC. He was the first coach to do it in California history. Coach Miller, he can beat any team. Got shooters on the court and dunkers dunk everything. He got to win, so the plan is defeat. Been coaching on the court before he turned 18. From 08 going down to 93, he was the conference champs, home of the LACC. Youngest coach to beat 500 teams, 43. Everybody can't do it like he. A coach is something he was destined to be. Now we got a radio show to discuss some things, talking informative conversations. Listen to the real. Tuesday and Friday at night from 10 to 12. A live show, tune in and listen well. Special guests and take audience calls as well.
It's Andrade.
Andrade, yeah.
Andrade.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, got it right. Okay, welcome back to Time Out with Coach Miller, and I am here still with one of the great high school coaches in the Valley, Julian Andrade. I said it right this time, right, Coach?
You're right. You got it absolutely correct.
Okay.
Thank you.
And thank you, because it's a tough name. And Coach Miller, it's late and it's hot, and we've been in the studio, Chris, for almost 2 hours.
And it is smoking in here.
Yeah, and Scott's in there in the air conditioning, our sound engineer, and he's in there, and he's just having a good old time, aren't you, Scott?
Yeah, I'm kind of sweating in here too. It's
All
kind of
right.
hot in there.
Okay, all right.
That's only because you just ran out of here.
Yeah,
but you're
right.
good over there.
There you go. Well,
Yeah, it's
anyway.
my cardio.
Your
tonight.
cardio. Okay, I got you. Well, what I want to say is it's so hot here, Chris, that the wolves are howling. The wolves are howling. It's so hot in here.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to find a little table fan or something for next week, because we can't do any too many more 100 degree days outside.
I
and then
know.
come in here after.
I know. Well, anyway, we are back. It's exciting to have Coach Julian Andrade in studio with us. I thought that his team played really good basketball last year at Bell Jeff. Julian, you've been at Bell Jeff for 4 years. Prior to that, you started the women's program at Pierce College.
I was an assistant coach with Jim McCouch. We went over and started the program there after me being at Eagle Rock High School for a couple of years with the boys. I got a little excited with the boys' success there, and I felt that, hey, let's take it to college level and move up, and I belong back in high school.
Okay, nice. Well, I'll tell you what, the coach at Eagle Rock High School now, they won the City 3A championship this past year.
Chris Dunbar, yeah.
Chris Dunbar is a really, really good friend of mine.
Yeah, I was really excited about him. First time in history.
Yeah, and he's a really good coach, by the way. And in fact, I was with him Thursday night. I was with him last night in the gym, and we were talking a little basketball down at our gym for LA College Prep. And he's a really good coach, a really good guy. So when you say Eagle Rock High School, and that's where you went to school, right, Julian?
Yeah, so that's my alma mater, yes.
Okay. So, and you have something in common with Chris, is that you both spent many years in Hawaii.
Right.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that off air. That's a small world.
Yeah, it is a small world. How many years were you in Hawaii, Chris?
I was there for 12 years.
12, and Julian about 9?
9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, you played at Pocky Park?
Many a times. There, Coach, you would like this park. Pocky Park is maybe 3 blocks off of Waikiki Beach.
Is that right?
It's adjacent to a fire station. So, you get some of the firefighters that come over and play. But there's not too many. There's probably about maybe 5 places where they play outdoors, but this is the main one. So you get all the guys from the University of Hawaii, Chaminade, Hawaii Pacific, up on the windward side. Which school is that? No, not on the windward side. There's probably about 4 schools. I can't think of the other. BYUH. A friend of mine coaches over there, Brandon Nakana, or he used to coach over there. But there's about 4 schools that all their players that come down and play at Pocky Park. And so it's funny because you'll be on the sideline and it'll be pimps down there, there'll be drug dealers down there, and they're all watching the games. And they're betting on the games too. I mean, they're betting big money on the sidelines. I mean, you might have a game where there might be about 10, 15,000 on a park.
On a pickup game at the park.
Game at the park. And so one time we were down there one day and we had a good team. We had I had probably like 3 guys from UH, I think a couple guys from Chaminade and HPU we were playing, and the first guy I had to guard, he was like 6'5", and I'm only 6'3", but I was still playing and I was in shape then. So the next guy I had to guard was 6'7". He was, a little bit taller, but we won again.
Every time you say you're in shape, I was in shape, I'm going to ring the fight bell.
Oh, yeah, because I was in shape then. and the last guy, I don't remember if you remember Seth Sundberg that played for UH.
Oh, yeah.
He was 7 foot. He was the last guy I had to guard. He's 7 foot. I'm 6'3".
I remember him.
And we did end up beating him. And then one of the guys on the sideline, he had won a bunch of money on us because we were like the underdogs all day. He's like, "Yeah, you guys played good." Gave us a little money on the side. So
nice.
That was cool.
Mike, Pocky Park in Hawaii is our Rucker Park.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
kind of like Venice Beach. It's
Venice
almost
Beach,
like
Rucker.
Venice Beach.
Yeah,
out here.
I've been to Rucker many times in New York now because I used to recruit New York really hard. But I'll tell you what, I love going to Hawaii. I have never lived there, but I've visited there many, many times. I used to go over there. I had sent one of the best players that UH ever had, Julian Sinsley. And Julian Sinsley, I sent him there, and he was a 3-year starter for Riley Wallace at the end of Riley's career.
Yeah.
Well, he was from Hawaii, and then he went to Kalaheo High School.
Oh,
and
okay.
He left there. He was supposed to go.
He went to St. Thomas More. He went to prep school
Okay.
on the East Coast, and he was a high-level player. He signed with Cal out of St. Thomas More, didn't qualify. He went through a series of, I won't go through all of the moves, but he ended up, he never played. He played for 2 schools. He played for me at LA City College, and he played at U of H.
Yeah.
So he played for 2 schools. Now, everywhere else he'd been, he didn't play. So he played, and
he was Hawaii. He was almost Hawaii's first McDonald's All-American.
That's right.
Hawaii's never had one.
Never
And I used to get so mad because I'm like,
he was very, very close.
Alaska had 3.
Yeah.
And Hawaii can't get one?
Yeah.
He was very, very close.
Very
Julian.
close.
He had the Hawaiian Islands tattooed on his neck.
Oh, really?
About 6'8", really good body. And he started for us. In fact,
played against him a couple times, too.
Yeah, he started for us at LA City College for a year and then did 3 years at U of H.
Yep.
And my other connection to Hawaii, which I don't think Chris even knows, is the head coach at Hawaii Hilo was
Jeff
my
Law.
assistant, and he was my assistant at LA City College, and he was the head coach at Hawaii Hilo for 15 years, Jeff Law.
Now, you forgot you introduced me to him.
Oh.
I called you one day. This was probably back in 90. Jeff took the job in about 98, 99, around there.
I don't remember. He was with me at LA City College in the early 90s.
Right. So I think late 90s when I started coaching. So about 98, 99, I had talked to you one time. And you told me that one of your assistants was at UH Hilo. You gave me his name. And so I called him. And we became good friends. So every time they came to Oahu to come play, when they would play Hawaii Pacific or Chaminade or any of those schools, BYUH, I would go watch them practice.
Okay.
And so, he would give me tickets to the game, and I get to go watch them practice down at the Blaisdell.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And, I get to see, because I was just starting out in coaching. So, I had this connection. And then, we were talking about Merv Lopes over there over at Chaminade. So I had a couple college connections. I can go watch their practices and see on a different level how it was done and try to incorporate that back into the high schools that I was coaching at.
Yeah. Well, Jeff left Hawaii Hilo at the end of last season. And so he just finished his first season at Western New Mexico University. He just finished his first season about a month or so
We'll have
ago.
to get him on the show one day.
And but he was a fixture in Hawaii for a long time.
Right.
And so that's my connection to Hawaii.
Okay.
But, enough about Hawaii because it's so hot in here. It's making me think about, I wish I was in Hawaii right now.
Yeah.
Having breakfast, looking over the beach, and just,
that breeze, huh?
Oh,
that breeze is great.
trade winds. I
Unbelievable.
would kill for a trade win right now.
Hawaii is so relaxing. I can't wait to go. I'm going to go.
Yeah, I'll be there later on this year.
Yeah, I'm going to go this summer.
Yeah.
I like to go in June.
Well, because I used to live there so long, my favorite time to go was around Christmas time. Because it's still 80 degrees.
It's perfect.
It's
All year
still,
round,
and you can go to the beach during, one of my favorite things was to call back home, like, what are you guys doing? Oh, it's raining over here and it's 60 degrees. What are you doing? Oh, I'm at the beach. And it's the day before Christmas.
Wow.
Chris, let me ask you a question. Do you think that they should do, like ESPN's got that 30-30 program with Chaminade beating Virginia?
That'd be a good one. They'd have to be able to do 2 hours on it though, but that would be a good one because they could talk about everything that led up to that game. So that might be a good one.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Well, what else is interesting is this roster that Julian has assembled here for this great game tomorrow night. The High School All-Star Spectacular at Bell Jeff High School in Burbank, California at 7:30 p.m. If you don't know where Bell Jeff is, it is easy to find, 465 East Olive Avenue. Bell Jeff is easy to find. It is right near Glen Oaks and Olive, and it's a great location right off the freeway, and it would be worth it to go over there and check out the game. It's going to be a great game. Ticket prices are really reasonable, $8 for adults, $5 for children, and for $8, you can get in and you can see these great players perform. Let's talk about them for a minute, Julian. We've got a few minutes left.
Okay.
We've got the group that we're going to kind of call the San Gabriel group. Now, there's a few guys from Orange County, right?
Yes, you got like 3 guys from Orange County. Miles Stewart, which is for Saddleback High School.
Okay.
He was first team All-CIF and then co-MVP of his league.
Okay.
A guard. One of Tom Lewis's boys.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we got over in Orangewood, a kid that's going to Tulane, Devontae Cooper.
Okay.
6'9", 6'11", extremely athletic kid. I'm excited to see him play with some other All-Stars. I think that he has a great upside.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then also from Orange County, you have is it Sella Barnes?
Yes, he's another guard from that team that had a really great year.
Okay. Now you've got the 3 guys that you mentioned from Orange County, and the rest are from the San Gabriel Valley, right?
Yes.
So Nick Springer from Maranatha, and Chris, you've seen Nick play.
Yeah, I seen him play this year and last year when he was at Christina Valley.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you think of him, Chris?
He's a shooter, slasher type. Probably about 6'3", 6'4",
Yeah,
somewhere
6'3",
around there.
6'4",
He was one of their better players on their team. I really liked him. Plus the center that's on there also, Masudama.
Yeah, Masudama from Maranatha, and he's an African player, right?
Yeah. He's about 6'8",
6'9".
Yeah, right around there.
He's still raw.
He's still raw. Got to work on his footwork a little bit. Got to grow into his body a little bit. It doesn't seem like he's fully developed into his body yet. So he has a lot of learning to do, but he could probably play on the next level.
Okay, and then you've got Connor Williams of LaSalle.
Yeah.
And a good
Saw
player.
him play. That's one of Coach Baskerville's. He's been on our show a couple times. One of his kids.
Yep. And you've got from San Gabriel Academy, you've got a host of players. You've got Bobby Zoo.
Yeah, Bobby's a swingman, about 6'3", 6'4", athletic.
Gets to the basket. Finishes.
Wiry, yeah. And then you got the big kid there, Ricky Gu. He's 6'9", Chinese kid. Didn't have a great year, but his upside is really, really good. I mean, big boy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the coach from San Gabriel Academy, Kevin McCloskey, is actually coaching as well.
Yes, he was. They won the CF title, and again, All-Star games need to be coached by coaches that had great years, and he had a great year. They won the CIF title. They were very close to winning the state.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's right.
I'm lucky that he's going to be participating. It would be a great thing.
Okay, I think so too. Now, I don't want to neglect the St. Francis player you have on that team, Evan Crawford. He had a great year. St. Francis went far in the CIF tournament this year, didn't they?
Yeah, no doubt. He's Evan Crawford. He's also a football player, so a great athlete.
Okay,
good body on him, and could play the one or two, and good shooter, and he was an All CIF player also.
Okay, nice. Well, it's a heck of a roster. Now on the other side, we have Miles Hopkins, your player from Beljeff, along with Parker Williams, and then finally, I thought your superstar in a way, Malcolm Regisford. Okay, so 3 Beljeff players.
Yeah, of the 3, of course, Malcolm Regisford. He's 6'7", 7-foot wingspan. Matter of fact, this weekend was a viewing period for high school ball players, and he got offered accepted with calls from Princeton, Yale, and Cornell.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a 4.0 student.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So will he be taking one of those offers, do you think, Coach?
Well, he's going to go to prep school. He's already, got a scholarship at prep school, but they're definitely planting seed for him to making that move. Wisconsin's also been talking to him.
Okay, good. Yeah, I think I met his dad at one of your games, Coach, and his dad told me he was going to go to prep school back east, I believe.
Yeah.
So which prep school is he going to?
Kent,
a good school, very good school. You've also got Chris Martin from Price, who I really like, and Marcellus Johnson from Village Christian, Brian Alberts from Village Christian, Michael Morsey from Chatsworth, who's a really good player, and let me see here, Jamani Spencer from Sierra Canyon, Richard Alomiaba. Oh, no, is it Alomaba?
Mike, you're on that one by yourself.
Okay, gotcha. That's a good answer. And he's at Burbank High School. And Mario Lopez at Salesian. I've seen Salesian play this year. Very good player. Tim Howell from Viewpoint. It's a nice roster, Chris.
Yeah.
And then John Brooks from Trinity High School is coaching that team. So it should be a great game. I would encourage you to go out and support the game. If you're listening tonight, you can go to the High School All-Star Spectacular, Chris, Saturday, tomorrow night at Beljeff at 7:30. And then Sunday afternoon at 2:30, you could also go to the all-academic game over at Cathedral.
Well, tomorrow I have to work. I was hoping it was next week, but tomorrow I have to work early. So for the fight tomorrow night, but I'm gonna try to get over there, see if I can sneak over there for a little bit.
But what I'm saying is, hypothetically speaking, you could go to both of these outstanding games.
Intense, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
One Saturday night, 7:30 at Beljeff. And one Sunday, 2:30 at Cathedral.
And local in the area, not too hard to get to either one.
Yep. And I'm gonna hold on to this because tomorrow night when I'm at your game, I want to be able to take notes and and say I was there and see this great light show you're gonna have.
Mike, I appreciate your support. Thank you very much. I mean, I'm excited about it and being here and definitely giving back to the kids that really had a great season. I'm looking forward to it.
I am too. And I think, Chris, it'd be great to have Coach Julian come back on with his team maybe next year before the season starts.
Yeah.
Maybe
everybody come in and introduce everybody.
Bring Beljeff in the studio. We've had that with some teams. It was great. And I think that this would be a great team next year. Beljeff can really go far, and I think I'd like to get him on the show.
Do you play Burroughs or Burbank next year?
They have because their league has so many teams in the league. Yeah, it's very difficult for them having room for.
They have 8 teams.
Yeah, for non-conference, but we try to play them. Summer, spring, fall.
Yeah, try to get that Burbank championship.
A team that we play will be Providence. We have a home and away every year with them.
Right, yeah, Providence has a pretty good program too.
Yeah, they got that new coach there from John Bosco that came, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, Ernest had it going there, didn't he, at Providence for a while?
Yeah, definitely.
He really had it going. But, Julian, it's been great to have you on the show. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow at Beljeff and being part of this outstanding game.
Hey, thank you for helping us out promote it and support us. I'm looking forward to tomorrow night, and I'll see you there. And, Chris, you're going to go watch Merriweather?
Yeah, I work at a sports bar over here in Glendale, so I'll be there tomorrow night for that Mayweather fight.
Okay, well, I think I'll have more fun at the game.
I think so. Yeah,
So.
I have to deal with too many inebriated people, so
Yeah,
I think you will have more fun.
All right. Well, anyway, I'll be at the game, and I'll see you over there tomorrow, Coach.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it.
All right. Thanks for being on the show. Hey, Scott, are you ready to wrap this thing up? We have our special theme song. It's called Time Out with Coach Miller. It's this great rap by Lil Kev, and here it is.
16 made a dream with this basketball. Coach Miller on the court, and we going hard. Pass the rock to the paint. I give it my all to be like Chris Paul. Shoot the 3-point, y'all. Look, it's time out with Coach Miller. 14 straight conference championships. We winners. It don't stop from the bottom to the ceiling. Cause all I know is win, and we winning. Full focus, we got a topic to discuss. High school, prep school, small colleges, yup. Another special guest today, listen up. It might get a little hectic from the stuff we discuss. Welcome to the 500 Club. We the best, my whole team tough. Close to 100 Division I's I built up. Dedication and hard work. Step up to the court, I'm like, who ready to lose first? 14 times champs every year earned. Feet to the court, let me get in my zone. Hands grip to the ball, let me get in control. Non-stop, can't quit, that's a winner's quote. I'ma just keep doing me, hear the crowd as they cheer. 18 out of 19, coach of the year. Time out with Coach Miller, listen clear. 2 times a week, listen to me on the ear. Over 30 wins, it was for 4 straight years. First to win state my high school and college career. Over 30 wins, it was for 4 straight years. First to win state my high school and college career. It's time out with Coach Miller. 14 straight conference championships. We winners. It don't stop from the bottom to the ceiling. Cause all I know is win, and we winning. Full focus, we got a topic to discuss. High school, prep school, small colleges, yup. Another special guest today, listen up. It might get a little hectic from the stuff we discuss. State champs, high school and JC. He was the first coach to do it in California history. Coach Miller, he can beat any team. Got shooters on the court and dunkers dunk everything. He got to win, so the plan is defeat. Been coaching on the court before he turned 18. From 08, going down to 93, he was the conference champs, home of the LACC. Youngest coach to beat 500 teams, 43. Everybody can't do it like he. A coach is something he was destined to be. Now we got a radio show to discuss some things, talking informative conversations. Listen to the real. Tuesday and Friday at night from 10 to 12. A live show, tune in and listen well. Special guests and take audience calls as well.